welcome back to Premier League Primetime. Arsenal 3, Tottenham 1, and I am joined by a very special friend of mine, Mr. Josh. How are you doing?
Good, thank you for having me.
Yes, it is a pleasure to have this man on, this diehard Gunner fan, because, let's face it, I think we're all sick of CYRUS at this point. No, I'm all serious, I love you. But as I said, Arsenal 3, Tottenham 1. You're buzzing?
I am very excited, very happy. I think this is a big turning point for us. We were losing really badly first couple of games of the season. Obviously, Tottenham were first in the table, but now kind of switched places. Yeah. We're above them now. Feel pretty good. I think we're on the come up right now.
Yeah, and he basically just put it exactly as not only did he have to hear it, but I had to hear Tottenham fans after 3 games start singing, "We're top of the league, we're top of the league," and typical Spursy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just pretty funny at this point. I was really confident coming into this game. They were going on like a losing streak, and we were on the win streak, so I was confident. But Spurs being Spurs at the end of the day.
Yeah, and knowing their record at the Emirates has been just great, 1 win in 23 games. I think that also, and with the fans back on the ground, I think that also played a massive part. But yeah, as I said, Arsenal 3, Tottenham 1. Goals courtesy of Emile Smith-Rowe, Pierre Emerick Aubameyang, and Bukayo Saka. 3 goals scored in the first 35 minutes of the game, which, the Gunners looked that they were cruising control of the first half. But at the same time, all of their goals really came from counterattacks. It wasn't, you could only say the first goal was a build-up.
Mm-hmm.
The second goal was, a brilliant counterattack, and the third, you got to say, was a counterattack, and a bit lucky from Saka that Kane kind of slipped over, and Son striking back for Spurs in the 79th minute. And overall, just like looking at the overall assessment of the game, right? What do you think Arsenal did well in this game?
Well, I think that something that we talked about when we were watching the game is I think Arsenal did really well in finding pockets of space in the midfield, especially Martin Odegaard, Emile Smith-Rowe, just getting in between players like Dele and Ndombele and getting in between defenders. That's pretty much how we scored most of our goals. I think, like you said, the counter-attack was a really, really big point. I think Pierre Emerick Aubameyang was electric today. I think it was one of his best performances I've seen in a really long time. His work rate on and off the ball, just running, making plays, was really well done. I'd say the defense was pretty solid, but they didn't really have to do all that much. And I'd say Ramsdale had a really good performance, made some really top-class saves. I think he's going to take the number 1 spot over Leno now, comfortably. Yeah,
and that was actually coming to my next question. And looking at this game, this really is the end of Bernd Leno, isn't it? I guess you could say.
I've always been a Bernd Leno fan, and I've really enjoyed him since he come to the club. But now he's kind of getting a little older. You can see that his form's starting to drop a little bit, and he's not playing at his best ability. So I think Ramsdale coming into the side is a really good move from Arteta.
Yeah, and looking at this Arsenal side, are there any? I know you mentioned Pierre Emerick Aubameyang already, but are there any other players, just maybe 1 or 2, that just stood out to you? And you're like, wow, what a performance!
I've got to go with Bukayo Saka, 1 man of the match.
I love him.
Just an incredible performance. Got a goal and an assist. Yes.
Yeah,
he just was very, very good. His goal was quite lucky, but some of the plays he was making, he took some great chances. He was a really good player for the team today. And I'm going to go with Gabriel, who's like an unsung hero for me.
Absolutely.
Whenever he's in the squad, I never feel scared. He's always there to be the main rock. And I'll also give a shout out to Tomiyasu.
Again, another good
performance from him. He's only just come into the side, but really, really well played.
Didn't really get anything down the left side.
No, he didn't. He was always behind him, always running off that ball constantly. Very proud of the team.
Yeah, 100%. And you named a lot of players there, and I think he gave man of the match to Bukayo Saka at the end of the day. I'm pretty sure, but I think there could have been so many people. Not saying that was the wrong decision. I'm saying that there could have been really so many people that they could have given that award to. I personally, Harry Kane was just electric today in the game. Shifting to the Tottenham side, without being biased, and we all know Spurs are just Spurs, we all know that, but what went wrong for Tottenham other than pretty much everything today? What specifically do you think that they could have done better?
I think one of the main points that I've seen from today is that Harry Kane did not want to be on that field today.
Oh.
You can definitely tell that he was upset, not playing to the best of his ability, and it was just, for me, it's actually upsetting. Obviously, I don't like Harry Kane in a Tottenham shirt, but I'm from England. I like watching him. He's an incredible player, but he's not playing to his ability because he doesn't want to play for the team. He was letting the side down. I think Heung-Min Son, he's a great player, but he can't do it by himself. I think players in the midfield lack, especially Daveye, who was quite shambolic today. I'd say Lloris put in a decent performance, but he didn't have the support from his defense. Players like Davinson Sanchez played quite awfully. Dyer played very poorly. Reguilon had a bad performance. Just a really bad overall performance from Tottenham. They just let Arsenal get in between them. They let Arsenal rampage on the counter attack. They also let Arsenal control a lot of the game with possession, which was a little interesting to see now, as Arsenal haven't been so used to possessing the ball under Arteta. So it was a really interesting thing to see, and I don't really know how it goes on from there.
Yeah, 100%. And let's get into the player ratings. We'll start with Tottenham, and we'll scale it from 0 to 10. We'll start in in goal. Hugo Lloris.
I give him a 4. I mean, he let in 3. You can't get past that. But he also didn't have the support from defenders. He made some okay saves here and there, but I think 4.
Yeah, definitely. Japhet Tanganga playing at right back.
I give him a 2. He was kind of like a ghost in this game. I didn't really see him. He also made some really poor challenges on some Arsenal players today.
Very poor challenge. Emile Smith-Rowe at least once or twice.
And it was. I'm not sure if he got the yellow, but if he didn't, I'm surprised by that.
Definitely. Looking at that world class, I double pairing at center back that I know Andre has been just beating up all season and last season. We'll start with Davinson Sanchez.
Davinson Sanchez.
And there are zeros if you want to give a 0.
No, it's not worth a 0, but I'm gonna give him a 3 as well. He just wasn't really there. I think that he's really slow when the ball's transitioning past him, and I think that goes to the same as Dyer as well. I give him a 3 as well. I think both of them just played quite badly.
All right, both just as bad as each other. Left back Reguilon.
3 as well. I just can't get on board with him. I think people who say that he's top class is kind of that's obviously biased.
There's a good player in there.
No, there is a good player in there, and I think all of us have to realize that. But right now, he's not playing to the best of his ability, especially under Nuno. I don't really know what he's trying to do with the ball most of the time. And
I just and I'm tired of hearing people tell me that I'm constantly waffling on about Kieran Tierney being better than Reguilon. And I think this game literally shows why Kieran Tierney is better than sort of Reguilon by $1 million remaining. At this point, there's just no debate. Into 3-man midfield, and I'll start with Højbjerg. I don't know. He was in and about. He was getting stuck in, but he was definitely not the Højbjerg that we know he could be. But he was all right. But what are you giving him for today?
I give him a 4 or 5, 4 to 5, maybe 4.5 if we're going to go like that. But one of the better players from today from Spurs, I think, but also didn't really see much of him. He wasn't really on the ball very much. Not much to say. Yeah,
alongside him, Tanguy and Ndombele.
No, I'd say he had a decent performance. I'm going to give him a 6. I think Tanguy actually received the ball a lot. He tried to create a bit of chances. He was able to glide past some of the Arsenal players in moments because there weren't very many, let's be honest. But I think Tanguy Ndombele is a fantastic player.
He's a brilliant. I agree.
I think he's a baller. But also, it's the same situation. He was trying to leave this summer, and I don't think he wants to be at Spurs right now, especially right now. They're not going through a great period. But yeah, he played well, I guess. He's definitely one of the best players in that Spurs lineup today.
100%, yeah. And the guy has a load of ability. I I'll say this right now. Andre is a great player, but please don't put him in the same breath as Paul Pogba. He puts him in the same breath as Paul Pogba. Come on, you could come on, like. But yeah, he was one of the better players today. I do have to say. Dele Alli it's not really existing at all. He was, I thought I saw Casper the Ghost. But
yeah, I give him a 1. Wasn't really there today. Really nothing to say. You know what's kind of upsetting for me is like Dele Alli was a huge prospect when he was younger. Like
100%.
Incredibly good when he moved from
so
Dons,
much
MK Dons.
potential.
Exactly what I'm saying. And you just see how he's had these moments of brilliance in his rising to the top, basically. And he's just kind of fallen from grace, and he's not really there anymore. It's not the same Dele we used to see. So I give him a 1.
100%. I honestly just I'll just give him an applause for that. I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself.
Thank you.
I mean, looking at Dele, I mean, I think back to from 2015 to I'd say to 2018, like up until the World Cup. I think after the World Cup, I think that's where everything just kind of just went downhill for Dele. I mean, hasn't been called to the England squad really since.
Yeah.
And it's just really not looking good for him right now. And I mean, his hair, man. His hair is worse than when Aubameyang went through that. When Aubameyang went full Travis Scott.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It's worse than that. The Harry game was terrible, and the performance was terrible. So yeah, I'd agree with the 1. Lucas Moura on the right hand side.
I give him a 5. He had a couple shots. He had one shot that made Aaron Ramsdale actually reach for towards the end of the match. Great save from Ramsdale, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
He got in there a couple of times, made some good passes, but a 5, pretty average today.
Yeah. Son on the left hand side.
I'd give him a 7. Scored the goal. I think that's the main reason I give him the 7. He's just kind of Spurs saving grace right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I'm a Spurs fan, that's the one player I'm looking forward to always be in the lineup, to always look to and try and give the ball to, because he's the one guy you can count on. It's not Harry Kane anymore.
Yeah, and of course, going up to the man up front, Harry Kane.
I give him a 0. He was absolutely shambolic today. He was awful. I think he was genuinely awful. It's one of if not the worst performances I've ever seen of that man play on the field.
Yeah. And I know some have been telling me that that they don't like hearing that Harry Kane's not committed. He doesn't look like the same player, but I'm sorry, but I have to agree. He doesn't look like the same player. He's not. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was. I mean, like that one chance, like the one that may have been offside, 1-on-1.
Yeah.
Everyone's thinking that's going into net, and he puts it wide. Like, I think ice cold Tony Martial could have put that in that.
I agree. I just think he's kind of lost his touch right now. I think he was so set on the move to City, and so getting ready for that new challenge.
He's hungover from the summer.
Exactly. It's just kind of fallen through, and he's going to have to work hard to get back where he was.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, it's just really not looking great for Harry Kane at the moment. I'll go to subs on the bench. Emerson Royale and Oliver Skip came in at roughly the same time.
I'll give Skip 3. Actually, I'll give both of them a 3. I'll give Skip a 3 and Royale a 3. I think they were both pretty bad. They didn't really get in the game very much. I think that Skip was he made a bad challenge, got a yellow.
Rightfully so.
I just think he was always trying to get to the ball, and he was so slow to it. And, Arsenal just passing around these players constantly. And it was great from Arsenal. Arsenal were great side today. They really put up a team effort, but these two Spurs guys and the Spurs team as a collective weren't very good.
Definitely. And Brian Hill came off the bench, and I have to say he was one of the brighter prospects for Tottenham. To be honest with you, he came in and he was making runs, causing some problems. He was all right today.
He was all right today. I think I'd give him like a 6. He came in a little fresh, and this was in the second half. Arsenal was starting to take the pedal off of the gas a little bit, and that's basically when the Son goal came. Arsenal a little falling asleep, and he took advantage of that. He was in there. Yeah, not awful, but not great either. So
yeah, I mean, for the time that you had to play, what was it, roughly like, say 25, 30 minutes?
I was about to say.
Didn't have that much. Managers ratings, what are you giving Nuno today? I mean, if it was purely, on the Mbappe celebration, then he gets a 10 for me. But unfortunately, it's on the coaching and everything. What are you giving Nuno for today?
I give him a 3 overall. I think Nuno is a good manager. I think Nuno knows how to get stuff out of players, but obviously there's a new challenge, new side for him. He's got to really, really try to get stuff out of his players, especially Harry Kane. I think if Harry Kane was on form today, there's a good chance that Spurs could have equalized, maybe even won the game.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And yeah, that's it for Tottenham. But of course, we're going to move into the team that I know Josh has been looking forward to.
Very excited.
We're moving into Arsenal. Ooh, I wonder what you're going to get started with this time. In goal, Aaron Ramsdale. And I'll say this right now, up until the second half, I mean, Ramsdale could have just pulled up a beach chair, lied back, taken his shirt off. I don't know, had a cup of tea. He could have just had a nap in the first half.
No, you're completely right. Spurs were just pretty non-existent in the first half, had basically no chances until the second half when Arsenal were trying to slow down. But I thought Ramsdale was excellent. I think he made some really, really important saves. I think obviously the Son goal was quite annoying for me because I saw the defenders weren't marking, and actually Ramsdale got a hand to it, but it was a little too powerful. Today I'll give Ramsdale a 7.5. I think he played really solid, but he also didn't have to work so hard. But yeah, good stuff.
Definitely. At right back, Tomiyasu.
I'd give him an 8. Just a very solid performance today. You can see him working very hard out there to keep Son drifting across the wing, trying to get crosses inside. I think he was just excellent today.
100%. Yeah, another great performance from this man. And it was the choice between Tomiyasu and Emerson Royale. And you're probably thinking, thank God we got Tomiyasu.
I really am. Watching Royale come on the field later made me extremely, extremely happy. I was just buzzing that we got the better half of the deal.
Yeah, and wait, how much was Emerson? He was like, what, 35?
He was more than Tomiyasu.
He was more than Tomiyasu. The two at the back again. Another reassuring performance between these two. It looks like these two just get better and better every time they play with each other more and more. I'll start off with Ben White. I mean, if he puts these performances in, I think 50 million is just I think 50 million is a justified price tag.
I'd say so. But I will say that Ben White is still not. I still don't feel extremely comfortable with him at the back. I think that he made a challenge on Harry Kane in the box, which should have been a penalty.
That challenge, that
should have been a penalty.
Reckless challenge.
But as well, I think that he has to get some more experience playing at a much higher level at a higher club like Arsenal. Yeah. Today, I'll give him a 7. He still played well. And with Gabriel, who is my unsung hero, like I said, I give him a 9. Every single time he's inside, he's so strong. He's always in there, clearing the ball out, marking strikers with his life. I just love him. He's great.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest memories of Gabriel is when, it was basically him and Partey that just took the Manchester United attack and just like stuffed it in their back pockets.
Yeah. And
El Neni turned into, prime Claude Makelele. And I was just like, I've not seen this guy in so long. And El Neni just turned up and I'm just like, oh my God, what have I just seen? But I agree with 100%. Gabriel, Arsenal missed. They really have missed this guy.
Yeah, what is it? Since he's come back in the side, we've had something like 2 or 3 clean sheets. And without him, we haven't had a clean sheet. We just get scored on repetitively. He's a must-have in the side every single game. Yeah,
definitely. I agree with that 100%. At left back, Kieran Tierney. And I think that should be the last of any Tierney Reguilon comparisons.
Completely. I think the debate's so out the window at this point. I think I've always said Tierney is an incredible player, but I think this game especially, he made some great runs down that left-hand side, getting the balls in, and also just like You could see on the counter-attack Aubameyang's goal, found Aubameyang in the middle of space and started to track with him, even though he wasn't going to get the ball back, but he's running with him to try and bait out some players, stuff like that. 8 out of 10, solid performance.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he put, I mean, Josh puts it spot on there. Just brilliant performance from Tierney. In central midfield, Thomas Partey.
Thomas Partey. Now, it's an interesting one because he played well. However, it's something where like he didn't get the ball extremely a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the attacking midfielders were possessing the ball a lot more than the defensive partnership of Xhaka and Partey. But I give Partey a 7. He was all right. He got the ball a couple of times. Had a really good shot in the first half, which I thought was going to go in.
It was a good save from Lloris.
A great save from Lloris, to be fair. 7.
Granit Xhaka, and this time around, no lunging challenges. Wait, no, there was one questionable one.
There were a couple of challenges from Granit Xhaka which were questionable.
Ones.
I think he's a talented player, but I think that he can't control his emotions. I think that whenever he's on the field, I'm a little afraid that he's going to pick up another red, because he always finds a way. It's just kind of funny as an Arsenal fan. But today I'll give him a 6. I think Partey played a little better, but Xhaka didn't play awfully, but he didn't play exceptionally well.
Average. Yeah. Into the attacking trio, and this is where I think the ratings will definitely be the highest, other than Gabriela's side. I'll start off with the left-hand side, Emile Smith-Rowe.
I give him a 9.
He's incredible.
Incredible today. Running all over the place. His first goal, movement that he did to just cut across in front of Dele, Sanchez, and Dyer and get the ball that Saka whipped in was brilliant. 9 out of 10. There's not much to say. He just played very well today.
Absolutely, yeah. And of course, our love on the right-hand side, and I love him. Yes, I do. I'm sorry. I love him with a passion. But Bukayo Saka?
10. My 110 in the squad. I think he was just phenomenal today. Goal, assist, just proving once again why he is one of the best younger players to come into this game.
I'd say in the world.
Oh yeah, easily.
I'd say in the world. I mean, people laughed at me when I said he's the best youngster in the Premier League a while ago, and I said he's better than Phil Foden. People laughed at me, and one plays for Manchester City and one all last season, had to carry Arsenal on their backs, a struggling mid-table team. Banter aside, our mid-table team as of right now. But and he's still doing bits for you guys.
Yeah.
And he had a fantastic Euros, and I think he's definitely one of Southgate's guys for the future.
Definitely, he's very promising. I'd say that. And to everyone maybe in the comments watching this video saying that Foden is better, I'm going to come out with a hot take. I'm saying as well that Bukayo Saka is better than Phil Foden. I think that the Euros proved that.
Yep.
Phil Foden did not get any minutes on the field. I think that Saka continuously shows us in the Premier League that in an Arsenal squad that's failing, that he is a shining star, a shining light for us. And Foden, he's got players around him like De Bruyne, like Mahrez, like Jesus, like Aguero last season, but he didn't even outperform them. And I don't think it's fair to compare them.
Yeah, honestly, you said that so well. Yeah. Big up Bukayo Saka. Yeah, he gets a 10 all day. And into the number 10, Martin Odegaard, another brilliant performance today.
Yeah, he made some really key passes today.
His movement for me was arguably the best. I think Emile Smith-Rowe apart, I think he had the best movement of any Arsenal player today.
I agree. You could just see him making little tiny passes to players, just getting in between Aubameyang really close. That partnership I think is going to work really well for the rest of the season if he plays this lineup maybe in the weeks to come. He's finding players. He knows what to do. I like when he's cutting off defenders, making them choose one way and then blocking them off. Just an all-around great performance. I go a 9 again.
100%. And up front, Pierre Emerick Aubameyang, one man up front.
A 9. He played. This is one of his best performances in an Arsenal shirt, I think. Yes, he's out of his prime, and he hasn't been his best in recent weeks. But like this is coming back into his form. I think this is going to be a really big confidence booster for him. Getting that goal was very, very key. I think he really did start that whole play. A beautiful flick past Emile Smith-Rowe, and the shot was not easy. It was a great finish.
It wasn't.
Yeah, I just think I love Pierre Emerick Aubameyang, and I hope he keeps up this form, because if he does, we're looking up. Yeah,
definitely 100%. Subs on the bench. Maitland-Niles, not enough time.
Not enough time. I don't think I could rate him. Not even out of 10.
No, yeah, I'd say just not applicable. I mean, not that he was bad. He just didn't have a lot of time.
All the subs kind of came in towards like the 85th and 90th.
Nuno Tavares, not really enough time either.
No, they didn't get enough time, so I'm not going to be able to really. I just say NA.
But. Sammy Lokonga. I think Sammy Lokonga came on. I think like 10 or 15 minutes earlier. Maybe we could. Or not enough time. Yeah, it's up to you.
I'd say not enough time for this one, but I will say that Sammy Lokonga, I really do enjoy watching him playing. I think that in this struggling Arsenal side, he has also been really good in some creative play, which we lack a lot. And I don't know, maybe if Xhaka is not playing, I'd love to see Partey and Lokonga play maybe next weekend, see how it works out, because I think that's what us Arsenal fans want to see happen.
I think that's the midfield that I think all Arsenal fans do want to see, that Partey and Lokonga combination. Arteta, was it a Mikel Arteta's masterclass today? Are you trusting that process?
You know what? I am, and I'm going to give him a 9. I'm gonna give him a high rating today. It was one of the first times in a while where Arsenal came right out the gate. 3 goals in the first 35 minutes. It hasn't been like that since. Sorry, but Man U came to Arsenal. Years ago when we smashed them in like the first 20 minutes. But
I remember that game.
I love seeing an Arsenal side that just comes right out the gate, going for the goals, going for plays. It was so good to see that, and it was so good to see these players playing with so much confidence, with a lot of skill, a lot of passion. Definitely trusting the process right now. I'm looking forward to seeing what Arteta is having to offer.
100%, yeah, and I do remember that game. It did, that did get me PTSD. Just remembering cheeky Darmian trying to defend Alexis Sanchez, and on Alexis Sanchez, thanks for his 500 grand a week wages, by the way. I didn't really enjoy that at all. And last but not least, the referee today. What are you giving the referee today?
I'd give him a 7. He made good calls. I'd say for the there wasn't really very many bad calls, but there were some calls where even as an Arsenal fan, I think Spurs should have had a penalty today. I think that Xhaka should have got a yellow today. If he did not, I'm not sure if he did.
I don't think he did.
Well, I think he should have picked one up. I think Tanganga made some poor challenges. I think so. Obviously, referees can't catch everything, but for the most part, he did pretty well today.
100%, yeah. And that's where we will end this. If you liked what you've seen from my man, the myth, the legend, Josh, please smash a like on this video. Comment below what did you think about the North London Derby today? Give us your thoughts. We'd love to hear it. And as I said, smash a like on the video. Please subscribe and follow us on all of our platforms. And wherever you are, have a great day or evening.